All right, we hot. Assalamu
Assalamu alaikum.
alaikum wa
Walaikum
rahmatullahi wa
salam.
barakatuh. Everybody, hold up. Let me make sure we right and exact. I think we is. Hold up. Don't look like it. All right, yeah, we hot. We
We
hot.
got you
Yeah,
ready for the
all right.
tea? You ready for
Yeah,
the
let's
tea?
get it. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Inna alhamdulillah. Wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'een. Amma ba'd. Okay, y'all. So yeah though. We're gonna jump right back in it. We're
Can
jumping
I get
right back
can,
in it.
can I get a little intro or
Um
something? You got guests and stuff?
I ain't said nothing
Okay, I was just making sure because they gonna be like, what's going on?
yet. um so inshallah ta'ala, we're gonna further the conversation. This is part two of why Muslim brothers are not marrying Muslim sisters. Um, we got into it. We got deep off into it yesterday, alhamdulillah, and we're gonna
Alhamdulillah.
go a little bit more deeper. We got one of my what I consider good Facebook friends, Sakina Will. That's your at, right? What's your at? People got to drop their at. What's your at? Sakina Will, right?
Oh, I'm too shy to drop my ad. I'm too
Nah,
shy for
you shouldn't
all
be shy.
that.
This where the brothers be
No,
coming.
I just
So
want you to take the. I just want you to take the ideas and the suggestions. I don't want that.
don't
I don't
listen.
want the
Don't
followers.
have don't have my inbox blowing up about you.
No, that's the way
Now
to
I'll
go.
screen them. I'll
That's what
screen
I'm
them. I'll screen them.
see. We starting off wrong already. I'm seeing. You see why we
Go.
can't get married? Do you see why we can't get married? I'm not. I'm too
What?
shy to do it. I'm too shy to drop my ad. Talk to him if you want to
We
talk to
starting
me.
off right.
No, because you was about to send them straight to me. You about to send the pack to me. I'm I'm trying to.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Thank you for having me. I'm happy to be here to have this sooner conversation with my fellow brother in Islam.
Alhamdulillah.
I thank you for this space. I think it's important that we had these important conversations. I'll be the first to say I don't I don't typically do live. Not my thing. I'm not a podcaster. I'm not a content creator. I'm just a Muslima striving.
Alhamdulillah.
Exclamation point. That's it. So I don't do this for engagement. I don't do this to be seen. I really want I have a deep desire to be um, beneficial to the Ummah, particularly of Black Americans, Black Muslim Americans, and the struggles that we have because they're unique. And I think a lot of context and conversation needs to happen around what we can do to make our affairs better in this dunya. So,
I mean.
inshallah, that's my that's my tagline, I guess you will. My act, that's my act. That's what I'm at. Um, yeah, that's where I'm at with it. So yeah, I thank you for opening up this space and having this dialogue on your page. Yeah, I'm happy to be here.
It's most
Alhamdulillah.
needed, and I definitely, I value your opinion on a professional and personal level. So
Likewise,
I'm
likewise.
glad to air you out. So I just want to open up and let everybody know this is a very, 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 very needed conversation, and the conversation is needed. Y'all make sure y'all let me know if y'all can hear us good. Somebody type a yes in the comments if y'all can hear us good, and drop salam alaikum. Run the numbers
Right.
up on this, y'all. We sitting here we talking about the dean. If we was talking about what was it, cooking with Kaya, cooking. Let me not
Exactly.
start that. If we
Exactly.
was doing that, they be all in the comments. So y'all drop a
Right.
salam alaikum and drop a salam alaikum in the comments. Run us up because we trying to put out dini content. Um, so yeah, run us up. Let us know if y'all can hear us good too, y'all. Inshallah. But this is a most important conversation. Number one, I think importantly, and this is just from my perspective, I believe that I'm not gonna say failing. We're failing as a community. I just believe we are not succeeding at the level that we're supposed to be in the African American Sunni Muslim community. And I say that because We have an imbalance in our community, and the imbalance is there are too many single sisters, and that is causing a bigger problem than us just arguing on Facebook. From a macro standpoint, if y'all can follow me just for a second, when a strong community is built up of strong families. There's never been in the history of mankind a strong community, a strong society, a strong uh, uh, um, nation, a strong country, a strong continent, without there being strong families that populate these nations and countries and continents and so on and so forth, tribes, whatever you want to put on it. And us as a community, as Muslims, we really need to start moving towards independence. We need to start establishing our own everything, our own community in totality. We need our own daycare centers, like I touched on yesterday. We need our own schools. We need our own masajid. We need our own educational programs. This is the missing aspect of the African American Sunni Muslim community, and we're failing at that. Dare I use that word? I hope I ain't triggering anybody, but we failing at this because we haven't figured out how to build strong families, and we got this red pill, blue pill thing going on. And we got brothers pointing the finger at sisters, and then we got sisters pointing the finger at brothers. The truth is somewhere in the middle. We need to hear both sides and kind of get this wrap this conversation up, and we get to loving each other and building strong families, and those strong families across the country populate the masajid, fill up the masajid. We make babies, strong next and upcoming generations, and only like this can we develop individually as strong Muslims. It's hard to be and as y'all know, the sisters who are watching this, it's hard to be a strong independent Muslim when you don't have the backing of communal resources. That is a almost it's almost a impossible thing, and it's insurmountable. It's hard to do. Y'all know this. We don't got to talk a lot about that. So that's why this conversation is vital. And I invited a sister on, and inshallah ta'ala, we can drop the link. If we hitting on something and we missing, this is an open dialogue, an open discussion. Y'all know I like to do them fiqh videos and my Akida videos, but I like to have a little bit of fun on the weekend. So I ain't started back teaching yet. I've been working a lot. So I hope y'all been keeping up with that. But we're gonna restart real soon, inshallah ta'ala. But it's an open dialogue, it's an open discussion. So if we missing on something, y'all drop in the comments if y'all want to come on, and I bring you on, and we get this thing rolling. So, Sister Sakina, why do you believe that Muslim brothers, from your perspective, and touch
Okay.
on your perspective,
Okay.
what is your perspective? Like what is your background, what you seeing boots on the ground as to why brothers are not marrying Muslim sisters allegedly.
Okay. So,
Have to throw it out there.
right. Bismillah in the name of Allah. Um, Let me start off by saying that I fear Allah. So everything that I'm saying, I know I'm gonna be a question on the day of judgment. So I'm going to speak with the intention of trying to bring unity to the situation at hand, and not from a perspective of gender blaming. We all hold some accountability in our affairs and why they are in the state that they're in. We all can do better in that space. So I'll speak from the collective, us as a group, and then we can talk about suggestions for each gender and what we can do to be better. So sisters, I love y'all dearly. My black sisters, I really understand your struggle and your desires and your wants and your needs and your weaknesses, because I am you. And as we talk about the Ummah, if one part of the Ummah is hurting, the whole body of the Ummah is hurting. And so I say that to say I love you, but I still hold, and I want you to hold me accountable when we not at our best. And so I'm gonna start with us, because oftentimes we start at where the men, and I understand why, because they are the leaders, and Allah has left them to lead us and protect us and maintain us. But I want to start with us because we're the essence of where that comes from. And so I'm gonna start off by saying I love you. So I'm saying this out of love, sisters. We have to do a better job of controlling our emotions. Our emotions have been gifted to us from Allah as a mercy, as a gift for us, to ensure that we can love and raise children in a way that is deemed appropriate. And so I think we have a tendency to misuse our emotions and use it as a crutch in a lot of our affairs. And so we must, because I know at different parts of the month, we are at different levels, and we were made beautifully like that. We come from the rib, so we crooked by nature. But what we have to do is balance that, because men don't understand the emotional imbalance of us at times. And so we need to do a better job of speaking to it and asking for grace, but also giving it. And what I mean by that, let's take it down to the day-to-day activities. One of the main reasons why I think we have such a huge disconnect in the way we communicate is because men see emotion while women see nonchalant in a lot of men, or uh, moving away from the problem. The word I'm looking for, not trying to deal with it, not trying to engage because they don't want to deal with the emotions of a woman. And so what we have to do is do a better job of being able to articulate our ideas, our thoughts, our wants, our needs, our fears in a way that they can hear us. Because oftentimes they can't hear us because they just see the neck rolls and the attitudes and the silent treatments and the you did this, you did that. But if you start at a place of I need this from you. Can you help me? Can we help one another? If the conversation can go in different ways. So I think one of the main things that we struggle with is communicating. We have in some ways forgot each other's nature, brothers. I love you all for the sake of Allah. I want y'all to be well. But some of you all have forgot the nature of a woman. It's almost as if being emotional as a woman is perceived in this society as being a weakness, when in actuality it's what how God created us. So you saying that God was, or Allah wasn't doing what he was supposed to do in his greatness? Come on, like you have to remember the nature of women. And so that's where I think where the disconnect starts. We don't know the nature of each other, and we have forgotten it along the ways, and now we using reels and social media and Facebook posts and things of this nature to really decipher between what's acceptable and what's not. Let's go back to the Sunnah. Let's go back to the women, the best women to walk this earth. They too were emotional. They too were irrational. They too were absent-minded. They too had moments of frustration. It was how the men responded. But they also balanced their emotions and balanced their responses and reacted to their husbands in soothing ways. One of the stories that come to mind, I can't. Now I'm fresh off the press. I'm out of town. Abdul Kabir didn't give me a lot of time to prepare for this. I would have had notes written out with, and I hope y'all can hear me clearly. I'm sorry, but I would have had notes written out and everything. But it's a story that I remember learning about where a brother had come back. May Allah be pleased with him. Had come back from war and his son had passed away. And instead of his wife telling him right then and there, she allowed him to have a good meal. She had relations with him, and then she broke the news that his son passed away. And the intentionality in that is in soothing the blow that he was about to face is something that we as women can learn from. So I think not understanding the nature of men and women, we need to go back to that. We need to go back to the Sunnah. We need to go back to the Hadith and really think about the intention and how they were responding. And then also we need to balance ourselves with one another and with ourselves. Women need to balance their emotions, and the brothers need to balance their responses. And I think if we start there, we can build from there. I want to hear your take on that, though. Abdul Kabir.
On what you said or the question in
Yeah,
general?
on what I said. Do you think that it's an imbalance of understanding the
Yeah,
nature of each other
yeah,
and how we
yeah, yeah.
communicate?
I absolutely do. I absolutely do. Uh, a lot of my posts have that in the tone of it, and sometimes, or a lot of times, I try to reiterate that. Um, like I made a post, a picture of me and my youngest daughter last night, and
Yeah.
I tried to put in context in that picture and in the comment, not the comment, the what do you call it, the status or whatever, the words, the what do you
The
call it,
caption. The caption.
yeah, the caption, that's the
Uh-huh.
word I'm looking for. I tried to put it in the tone of context. Like I got a reputation in Cincinnati for nothing other than bad, being in the streets,
Mhm.
fighting, shooting, selling drugs, the whole nine. And like a worst case scenario, if you would.
Yeah.
And um, with all that, being the reality, um, the natural, like what you touched on, that natural um disposition of femininity
Mhm.
broke all that down in me.
Yeah.
So as far as the brothers and me and the guys, we talk about this all the time, and especially being on the other half of 20 and 30.
Right.
We I could see so much more clear.
Yeah.
And before, everything was like, oh, it was like a monster. And people was just gonna have to respect how I'm coming, or
Mhm.
or I'm gonna crush you. And a lot of, and that's far on the far end of alpha maleism. Um, Femininity still, all of that is no match for femininity.
Right.
When my mom, like you said, like we then got away from our nature.
Yeah.
And like when I'm dealing with my mom, it's it's not, it's none
Exactly.
of that.
Exactly.
Even if I'm tripping, like I see women post often, and it hurts me that he's looking for a mama, not a wife. That is
Mhm.
hurtful to hear. And
Mhm.
and that belongs to that black Facebook feminism, where whoever can pop it the best, now that becomes the predominant influence. So if a
So
sister,
let me.
if
Can
she
I
get,
push you right
go ahead,
there? Can I push?
go
Can I
ahead,
push you right there if I will?
go ahead.
Um, I just want to caution us with taking Facebook posts as face value for how women are acting and how men are acting. And let me just say it why. These people now are trying to get engagement. Everything is about how many and how engaged people are with their posts. They're probably stating things that are truly not even happening in their lives. So when we talk
Yeah,
about the issues of black men and black women, let's speak from the people that we actually know, that we're talking to, that we're having these conversations with. Because if we look at social media, well, it'll pull us in so many different ways. But if we take the context of what you just said about women saying that he wants a mother and not a wife, not putting a title to it. This is the Black feminist movement. Not putting anything to it. Let's just look at that statement for what it's worth. Why does she say that, and what behaviors are she contributing to that being what he needs? You know what I mean? And then
yeah,
let's let's speak to the real fact of it's a lot of black brothers out here that are indeed trying to find they're matching with women who remind them of their mother and their mother's brokenness stuff, because they want to fix what they couldn't fix as a child with their mom and their dynamics with their woman. That is definitely out here happening. Is it hurtful to say he's looking for a mom and not a wife? Yes, but let's take the context of it and break that down. You see what I'm saying? To
well,
see what that
well, that's what
really is saying.
that yeah. So I mean, I can't I can't. The only way, I like to label things because it will turn it will stop the conversation from unraveling or becoming complicated. I don't want to say feminism, because that's in totality, that's not within context of what African Americans are experiencing. I don't want to only say Facebook feminism because you got Caucasian versions of feminism. You got the whole, what is it called, the B3 or B4 or B5, whatever that movement is that started in Asia. That's coming over here. It's an Asian version of feminism. So I don't want to get it mixed up. So when I say black feminism, uh, I think that African American women have taken feminist ideas and turned it into their own thing. Just like, I mean, it's a natural, that's a natural thing. So when I put those labels on stuff, I'm trying to contextualize a whole long drawn out study. Um, but and then like why sisters feel like that, we gonna need sisters like you to expound on it. But what I'm saying is, from a man's perspective, whatever, there's not a human being on this earth that doesn't have faults. Um,
Absolutely.
to what degree or another, I mean, we can touch on that. But every man recognizes love first. He identifies love and defines love from his first encounter with it, and that's through his mother. So when a sister says something like that, it's basically like she's rejecting giving that man the type of love that he feels like he needs. And this influence will spread because it might hit a nerve in a sister or a woman, and then they'll share it. They won't even think about it like, how is this going to blow back, or how is this going to affect other women? How is this going to affect men? How is this going to affect men in general? How's this going to affect men who might be interested in me? How's this going to affect men who are in my life currently? How's this going to affect my son if he sees it? If he's of age, they don't do that. They see it, it hits a nerve, they hit the share button, or they might put a little caption, put their own little twist on it, and now something is becoming viral. And when it's becoming viral, that influence has predominated, and now when we got people drinking out of this predominant influence, both men and women, it seeps
Mhm.
into the homes and it causes problems in the home, and it destroys the marriage, or it even stops the marriage from happening altogether.
Okay,
So
so this,
basically,
I,
go ahead.
I was gonna say, I feel what you're saying. So basically, we take a feeling, we publicize it, it becomes shareable, it blows up to be what the predominant feeling is. So I would push us to get out our NAFs. It's literally that simple. Get out our NAFs, because everything we just said was about feelings. How is that gonna make this person feel? How is that gonna make that person feel? How is that gonna make this person feel? Feelings don't solve solutions, or feelings don't equal solutions. Feelings get you stuck in a place of anger, of pity, of self-loathing. Like, okay, you felt it. Emotions, feelings cause problems. Emotions are healthy. We all gonna feel something at some point, but you have to get out
Hmm.
of your nafs. You have to, and that's on men and women. And to be honest, in my experience, men be in their nafs heavy, in their nafs heavy. I'm not saying that as a indictment on my brothers. I love y'all. I want y'all to be y'all very best. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. If y'all are good, we are good. I want y'all to succeed. We all are in our nafs. We need to get out of our feelings. She said you looking for a mama, not a wife, and that could cause a divorce. Let's be for real. Let's examine why she's saying that. You know what I mean? Is she wrong for wording is the delivery wrong? Absolutely. But let's look at the message. That's all I'm pushing us to do. Get out your nest and look at, is it true? Is it true? You can work on how she delivered it to you, baby. When you say things like that to me, that makes me feel inferior, and it doesn't really make me feel like we're doing this together. It's a way to respond to that. It's a way to guide her back to how you want her to talk to you when she's not pleased with what you're doing. Same with men, it's a way, or same with women, it's a way to guide your husband back to a way of how you want him to respond or speak to you when he's not feeling a behavior or energy that you're bringing. And if we take it back to the Sunnah, if we take it back to the Sunnah and we take it back to our prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, who was the best husband to walk this earth, we will see that the way men responded then is different than the way men respond now. First of all, we're publicizing our feelings, our nasty, for the world to see. We should that we all guilty of that. All of us are guilty of that. Me included. I'm at probably top of the line. I'll go top of the line. What I'm saying is we have to in our dealings with one another, we gotta put our nasty to the side and think about, is the message true? Can I do better in that area? No, I don't like the way she said that to me. No, I don't like she put that online. Me personally, somebody say something like that to me, I'm gonna make sure that they got a different impression of me moving forward. Because to me, that's an indictment that you think that that's where I'm gonna stay at. You think that I'm gonna stay in that spot. I'm gonna
Hmm.
show you I'm gonna grow and evolve from that. Yes,
Hmm.
that's true what you said about me. Yes, that didn't feel good. But let me now you didn't gave me a rubric to a measuring stick, a ruler to where I need to be. And so,
Okay, so
sorry.
tell me this. So tell me this, because that's just an example of some things that might transpire um, in the, I guess we would call it, courting process.
Right?
What's going on right now? Uh, how, so just going back
Hmm.
um, to the top, you feel like brothers are not. Well, I mean, you spoke on both ends. You said we stepped away from our nature and masculinity and femininity, and we
We
had that
both.
as an example.
We both
Um,
have stepped away.
yeah, that's what I'm saying on both sides,
Hmm.
masculinity and
Yep.
femininity.
Yep.
Um, so you saying, are you saying is that the number one cause in your viewpoint of why brothers aren't
I think it is.
well?
I really.
Well, let me be a little bit more specific.
Please go ahead.
That's political. That's political. That's politically correct. let's
You think that's
let's let's
you think that's a
let let's
that,
let's turn the heat up a little bit.
okay? So you think?
Let
Tell me why you think that's a politically correct answer. Is it too broad for
because you
you?
because it's very general. So I mean, we all know we got to
Very
do
true.
better, and basically, like I specifically want to know what is your viewpoint on why brothers are not. I'm a quote unquote. I'm hearing this is what I'm hearing from sisters.
Okay, I got you. Why brothers are not marrying Muslim sisters? So let me say this: every suggestion that I give is always going to be a mindset change. Mine are not like you're gonna have to change your mindset around some things, and that's gonna be the hardest part of making change in Black communities because we don't want to change our mindset on some things. If I challenge you to change your mindset on how you look at the nature of a woman, that's a huge task. That means in every situation, every encounter, you got to think about the nature of her. She is getting on your last nerve right now. You don't care that she's on her menses and her hormones. You don't care about none of that. So when we get down to the basics, to the nitty gritty of it, we don't have the patience to deal with one another because we don't got time for that. I don't got time. I just want you to do what I need you to do, and that's it. The patience is gone. The nature of who we are is gone, and people don't want to put in the time. The other part of it is we have access to so many people now. Brothers don't want to get married, which now I'll say this. It's weird to me because let's keep it real. We keeping it soon, and I'm keeping it Dean. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I want to have a conversation in the context that we can
Yeah,
understand.
yeah, yeah.
Men need
Let
to
it
have
let it flow.
men need to have sex. So if y'all not getting married,
What are we doing with that
what
desire?
what are you doing?
I'm in full agreement with you with
What are
that.
you doing?
I'm in full agreement with you.
Well, let me say this. That's not a question that I want brothers to answer. That's a rhetorical question that I want brothers to think on. That's a rhetorical question that I wanted brothers to think on. And sisters, what are you doing? Because we ain't gonna sit here and act like it don't hit a sister every now and then too. What are you doing? Let's start there. Don't disclose your sins to me, baby. I got enough to answer to Allah on, and I'm praying every day for forgiveness. You just think on why that what your take on it. I think we have too much access to one another where we think the next person, the next best person, or our next best thing is a post away, a swipe away, a explore page away, a for you page away, and the access is too big. In the 90s, You saw that sister at Sicko on Tuesday when she filled up her car every Tuesday at 7:30. That was your time to shine, bro, man. You weren't gonna see her again until next Tuesday. You had to come with your best one. Let me tell you one of my things, and for any brother, and on any brother that come in my inbox, let me get this disclaimer for me and I speak for every sister on this. If you do not start with the greetings, you are an automatic no for me. Flat out.
Like salam alaikum?
And yes, where are we? We Muslim, bro.
So you telling me brothers slide in your inbox without salam alaikum first? Like this coming at you like you some streetwalker.
I fear Allah. I won't lie on my brother. We have got to do better. Oh, you can't even start with the greetings, and I gotta follow you.
Well, for those type of brothers, and y'all know y'all done made that mistake from a man's perspective. That's weak. Again. That's weak game, good brother. Like that's real weak game, good brother. Like the first thing you should be trying to do if you say salam alaikum, like if you come off salam alaikum, it's like okay. When she look at it, she might say, "Oh, this brother might be interested in marrying me." But if you don't lead with the greeting, you're not coming with no deen. What do you want, brother? So that from a man's perspective, that's a weak game, good brother.
So the question was, why we not getting married? That was the question, right? That's the thesis, right?
Yes. Okay. Is that like what you leading with, or is that the main cause? So
if you follow my conversation, I started real overhead. I gave real broad. We forgot the nature. We don't know how to do patience. We don't have time. We have too much access. I funneled it down to they don't even start with assalamu alaikum. What are we doing? We not.
And look, hey, ladies, hey, y'all put it in the comments if y'all experiencing the same thing Sakina is, because we need to hit on this stuff. We need to get this thing figured out. I don't want to just like throw some ideas out there. Y'all let me know, sisters. Let me know is Sakina spot on, or is just her unique personal experience? I'm willing to bet that it's not, but
so if we start there, where brothers are not even starting off with assalamu alaikum, it's you're beautiful, sis, you snap back, whatever.
Grand rising queen.
If we not even starting there, I mean, how deep do we need to go in the conversation?
It can't start. The prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Cut off the conversation that does not start with salam." That's what the prophet said.
And wallahi, brothers will go and tell my father that I cussed them out because they didn't give me the greetings, and I politely checked them. Every brother that come in my inbox that don't give me the greetings could attest under this post right now that I politely checked them with due respect, with much due respect, and with fear and Allah. How you approaching me and you have not given me the greetings? That's what Kafirs do to me.
Yeah, and I can understand. That's unappealing.
We talking about marriage, and we talking about following a man.
So would you say a majority or a good percentage of these brothers do that?
A good percentage. If I was to put a number
on
it, I'm putting it at 87%.
That's a majority.
I'm telling you, I would not lie on my brothers. I fear Allah. I would not lie on y'all. I would be questioned on the day of judgment. I would not lie on y'all. I love y'all for the sake of Allah. I want y'all to get y'all reward. Start with the salams, brothers. That's simple. That's basic. You can't even.
Okay, so okay, so if a brother, what about those situations or those scenarios where a brother does lead with salam? Are you saying that it will, like he leave a salam, you return the salam, it'll check into back to what you said previously, to where the courting process to start, or the getting to know each other process to start, and you think the brothers would back off because they don't have the emotional retention that they should have?
I think my experience is a little unique because I'm an older Muslima, not older, but I'm in my 30s, and so my experience is a little unique. However, If they do get a salams, alhamdulillah for those brothers that know and have been in fear of Allah and they dealings with women and start with the greeting, may Allah preserve y'all and keep y'all guided and may y'all spread that good character trait to your fellow brothers. I mean, but those that do start off with it, I think when it so conversation starts off with the salams and greetings, I love that. Or even and it's, every now and then some brothers will start off asking for your wali, which is the appropriate way. Um, what tends to happen in my situation, because I am kind of established in my career, is that a lot of brothers are not established in themselves as or their purpose. That's what I'm coming to. They look at me particularly like, how do I fit in your thing, and they don't have anything for me to necessarily fit into. You know what I mean? They don't necessarily
Well, you
come out and
no,
say
no,
that.
I don't know what you
Okay, so let
mean.
me
What do you
break it
mean by
down.
that?
So men, a lot of men that I particularly mean. Now, this I'm not saying this is the majority of sisters. I would love to hear what my Muslim sisters have on this. But what I see is a lot of them don't have a purpose. They don't have a purpose. What they're driving, what they're trying to accomplish, um, and it's not steady. It's not solid, or they're not securing it for me to assist them in it. And so I feel like with me personally, I get a lot of brothers that are somewhat intimidated by um, my career and my lifestyle and how I move, and to the point where they kind of back off, where it's like, ooh, I don't know if I can manage that. Which no harm, no foul. I appreciate brothers that do that because ain't
You've
nobody trying to
had
waste
brothers
nobody's
tell you
time.
that?
Yeah, I've had brothers tell me that, like, yeah, I don't think I can, you know, meet your standards in some regard. But my standards is not outrageous. I just want you to be as close to the prophet as possible. Inshallah. That's that's all I need. I don't really want or need a lot of uh extra. A lot of guys don't think that. Another thing I think too that's holding us back is that this notion around brothers needing to have a lot of money to do anything, when we know that being married increases your wealth. But a lot of brothers feel like
Okay,
they
my
need.
bad. My audio went out.
Oh,
You just
okay.
said my bad.
I was gonna say a lot of brothers feel like they need a certain amount of money to get married. They
My,
not ready to
hold
get
on.
married because
My audio is going out. I don't know what's
uh,
wrong. Hold up.
what the comment
Let me
saying?
try to put my earbuds in. Maybe I can fare a little easier.
What the comment saying? I do it.
We got a couple comments. You
Mm-hmm.
hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Hold up.
Yeah, no.
It just went back to my. I'm sitting in my truck, and for some reason it went out. It went to the phone. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can still hear you. I heard you the whole time.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Let me see if I can put it in my earbuds. Okay, it's already in my Bluetooth. Yeah, I have it.
I want to hear what the comments saying because I feel like we just talking to each other, and I'm gonna make sure what they thinking, what they feeling, how they feeling about it.
Okay, that's weird. My Bluetooth just went out for some reason.
So can they hear you?
Hold on. Oh, sorry, man. Uh, I didn't get that last part of what you said because my audio went out.
Can they? So they can hear us still, right?
Yeah.
Huh?
Hey, y'all put a yes in the comments. That my audio is good. That we can that y'all can hear us. I'm talking to you, so I know you can hear me. So
Yeah.
it was. I don't know why I just said I got an invite for. I guess I don't know. Okay. Yeah. So what was the y'all put a comments in the put a yes in the comments if y'all can hear us. If my audio is good. Anybody but Deadlight body. Sorry. Let me know if you can hear me.
Oh, I see the comments now. A sister asked, Wallet Salam sister. Um, I think yeah, Wallet Salam sister. At which percentage would you say the sisters engage in this type of behaviors that you see at 87% of our brothers? I really can't speak to that, sister. Honestly, um, I I'm a fairly new revert, so well, not fairly new revert. Let me stop saying that. I don't have a lot of Muslim sisters um, that I have conversations around trying to get married. To be honest, so I don't. That's why I want to have a conversation with you all because I don't know what the percentage of women are doing, and I don't know if they are engaging. I know for me personally, it's a turnoff for me personally when they don't start with the salam. So I just go about, I correct them. They give me the salams back. I go about my day, but it happens a lot to me. So I would love to hear, if it happens to y'all, how y'all deal with it, cause it irritates me. If I'm being honest, it do. It irritates me. Cause how we starting? If you ain't starting with peace, what's the foundation of this? I'm beautiful. Like that's so weak. And I'm not saying I'm not, brothers. Please don't think I'm coming off arrogant. I hope my heart and my deen is as beautiful as my face. I just leave it as that. I want Allah to see me as a striving Muslima. The compliments, women appreciate them. We do. However, they feel empty when it's not connected to the deen. That's all
That's a
I'm
good
saying.
point. That's a good point because
That's all I'm saying.
if you're just leading with if a brother is leading with physical attraction, then we're not differentiating ourselves from the non-Muslims, and that's not the goal here. So I can
That
agree with that 100%. So basically, um, so I want you to speak on this because this is what we spoke about a little bit. Yeah, well, a lot of bit. I could probably say the 75% of yesterday's live stream surrounded brothers commenting on that video saying that sisters basically, and you got friends or whatever. I know this
mhm
doesn't really apply to you, but maybe as a, from a woman's perspective,
mhm.
you can speak on it. And inshallah, if anybody wanna chime in, okay, Mujib, I see you say you can hear us. Okay, good. If anybody want to chime in, y'all let us know. But brothers saying that sisters are basically not over their exes. Um, that it's too much baby daddy drama and kids. The kids and parenting, all of that is basically wrapped up as baggage. And brothers feel like this is what the brothers feel like.
Mhm.
Brothers feel like when um, they feel like sisters is looking for a come up. They're not looking for a good husband who can lead them to paradise,
Okay.
because so often we run into situations where sisters are just, yeah, here's my YD number, here's my dowry, here's my expected maintenance.
Mm.
No discussion about Dean.
Wait,
Um,
that's how sisters really be coming.
yeah, well, yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Like
I wasn't
if
in the
they
room.
not posting it, if they not posting it when you interested in the sister and you talk to her,
Uh-huh.
that's a lot of times that's going to be the nature of the conversation. What's going on in the girls' locker room as far as, because brothers is like, yeah, I'm cool. They're see a sister, they might be interested in her, they start rocking with her, and what a lot of the guys that I know, and I see brothers post it, and guys, and I'm in a couple guys groups, and it's definitely a conversation in the guys locker room where we like, man, as soon as you hit the sister up, it should like, oh, my phone bill due, oh, my car note due, my insurance due, and
Sisters.
then brother be like, oh, okay, alhamdulillah, sister, may Allah Ta'ala make it easy, and then next thing you know, that same sister is posting, if you can't maintain me, then stay out my inbox.
Okay.
That's pretty much what we got going on, and
Okay.
what
Whew.
I think, I'm just kind of I've experienced it myself,
Mhm.
and I'm saying a lot of brothers are saying that, and I threw that out there yesterday, and the conversation kind of flowed towards what is the 50 understanding of maintenance and dowry and all of that. So
Okay. Let me put
give
my
me something on
sisters.
that.
Sisters, I love y'all. I love y'all. I'm gonna need y'all to put y'all big girl abayas on for this one, okay? You know how what we used to say in the black community. I'm gonna need
Put
you
your
to
big,
put
put
your
your big
big
girl
girl
draws on.
abaya on. Put your big girl abaya on, baby. I want you to put your best abaya on. The one, the sturdy one. You know, I'm talking about the one with the good fabric that you be like,
Absolutely.
this is my old faithful. I'm gonna need you to put that on because this might sting a little bit. This might sting a little bit, sis. Now, brothers, let me tell you what I just did. You see how I prepped her? You see how I got her ready for what I'm about to say? Take notes, bruh, man. This is this is I'm a teacher by trade. This is class. You see how I prepped her with a little joke, with a little softness. Peace and blessing be upon him would have did the exact same thing when Aisha asked if she had gained some weight and they did the race. May Allah be pleased with her. And he beat her. He let her win the first time, then he beat her the second time. It was a friendly push. You see how you got to prep women to let them know. Women, let me tell you, we can take the truth. It's about how much we prep for it. We can take the truth. Trust me. Our bodies give us the truth every time, every chance it gets. So we can take the truth. It's about being prepped for it. So you see, I gave a little time to think about what I'm about to say, baby, sisters, baby. We can't do not lead with what you need from a man that you don't know. Say that again. Now, this might be my opinion, but this is just me. And I'm from Chicago, so I might be a little uh, craft in this. I might be a little rough around this. Do not lead with what you need from a man that you do not know. That's what everybody doing, sis. That's what the Catholics do. Distinguish yourself, baby. Have some decorum, sweetie. You are beautiful. I'm gonna take care of you regardless. Don't give these brothers no room to say nothing, but she ain't nothing but a sweetheart. That's a sweet woman right there.
I agree with that 100%. That's what wins men over. When
But
we
wait,
see
because I got something for the men, because it ain't all about her just being a sweetheart now. But hold
mm,
on,
but
let me get
before
the sisters together.
you change gears, I want to tell the sisters from a man's perspective. That's what we respond to. We will respond to, like, we know that y'all out here doing it by yourself. Y'all got 2, 3, 4, 5 kids. We know this, y'all. When we hit y'all up and we on the phone and we texting or whatever we doing, brothers is filling out the situation. We speaking only about marriageable men, y'all. Sidebar. Don't get lost with me with these pookies. And I didn't went hard for a few months. And you even told me, you even hit me up like, man, what's up with you? You done changed. You what's up? So I
You was
done went
going hard
hard on
on
the
everybody.
pookies. I went hard on the pookies. So we ain't don't let a sleeping dog lie. We not talking
You say
about
stay
pookies.
focused. You say stay focused.
Thank you. Stay focused. We talking about marriageable men, good brothers. Uh-oh, what happened to the sister? You there?
I'm
Salam
right here.
alaikum.
Yeah, my
Okay,
bad.
okay,
Something
okay.
like my bad. My daddy was
Uh,
texting me. When daddy
oh
texts me,
no,
like
no, no. You gotta answer that.
yeah, I
Pops on
just
there like you on there with that on them podcasts or whatever. You tubing you and no sister. Girl, get your
when my daddy texts me, I
I-
gotta see what's going on. I
oh,
gotta
you
make
you
sure
most
everything's good.
definitely do. You most definitely do.
But
But
no,
sisters, we respond to that. If we respond to that humility and that grace, and if you're showing us what you are going to give us, then it's gonna come from us anyway. It don't matter what type of man. Well, let me rephrase that. It does matter what type of man. From
please.
on a 1 to 10 scale of marriageable men, 10 being the best, one being the lowest. 10, maybe six figure guy. 5, a guy 40, 50, 60,000. A 1, a guy that's only doing 25, 30,000. He's trying to figure it out. 1 to 10 scale sisters. Brothers are going to figure out how they can man your situation, how they can come in and make it better and provide whatever it is. You have to let us do that. But when y'all pulling us there, that's what don't feel right, and that's what would make a brother ghost a sister. I don't agree with ghosting. I always agree with communication. Hey, for X amount of reasons, I don't feel like this is gonna work. May Allah reward you. I'm gonna go that way. So I just wanted to highlight that from a
Okay,
man's perspective. Now change gears. What you saying about the brothers?
so let me just say this, sisters. First of all, yes, men are here to maintain, provide, and protect. The men that are covering you, not every Abdul, Jaleel, Kareem in the street that you see or in your inbox. And I'm speaking from Wallahi, can't not one man get on hand ever say that I asked him to pay not man bill. And I've been in this thing, trust me, a long time. Can't not man one. So I'm not speaking from, I do it too, baby. Do not lead with what you need from men that you do not know. First of all, your sustenance comes from Allah. We got to go back to our nature. Your sustenance comes from Allah. You shouldn't be you should be dependent on Allah. If that water bill due, that electric bill due, and baby, I've been there and be there. You depend on Allah. Uh-oh, I don't know if I lost him. Can y'all hear me still?
No, you good.
Can
We
you
can
hear
hear
me?
you.
Okay. You depend on Allah. You say that dua before you send that DM, and you keep repeating that
Mm.
dua.
Mm.
What? Go back to the nature. We are Muslims. You don't know these men. Don't give these men no reason to say nothing but she was a sweetheart. So then when you call him out on what he got going on, he can't say nothing but you right. Let me get myself together. You right.
I agree.
Stay in your essence of a woman. Baby, I know it get hard. Since I know them bills be stacking. And let me say this: I don't have children, so I can't speak from the perspective of a woman with children. I know it's 30 times harder for y'all. But what I'm saying is your sustenance comes from Allah. Anything it's gonna come from Allah. Lead with your deen, not your body, not your needs, your deen. Your needs gonna get met regardless. Start there, brothers. Let me tap y'all in real quick. You can have these hard conversations with women, but y'all want to have them like y'all talking to y'all juniors. I'm gonna say that again. Y'all want to have these conversations with women like y'all talking to y'all juniors, like y'all me the little men y'all raising. Hardness on a woman is gonna make a woman what? Hard.
Harder.
Exactly. How you want soft but give her hard? I don't get that. How you want her to respond in her femininity, but you attacking her with your testosterone, with your masculinity? Some of these women have been abused, whether you know it or not, because everybody's not coming out, husband or not, telling you what they went through in their childhood. Some of them have been in abusive relationships, have abusive parents, all types of things. You cannot expect for a woman to give you softness when you give her masculinity and hardness. And let's take it back to the sunnah. The sunnah is the way the prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, responded to his wives was always with extreme amount of patience, with extreme amount of reassurance, with extreme amount of deen and good character. He reassured, and I'll speak about this. I love the prophet, peace and blessings be upon him. I love his wives. May Allah be pleased with all of them. When I talk about him, I'll get tears in my eyes because it's just so beautiful how Allah has laid this out for us. And if we can't use the sunnah to guide our affairs, then what are we doing? When the prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, got up in the middle of the night to go pray, and I
Hold up, we lost you. Sound like I don't know what happened to the sisters. I don't know what happened to the sister's audio. Maybe she'll come back in. Okay, she back in. Hold up. All right, all right.
my
When you
bad.
said tahajjud, the Prophet Islam was getting up for tahajjud.
Right. My bad. That was my mom calling. But yeah, he was getting up for Taja. He went to go pray out. I believe he went to a cemetery, Aisha. And I love this story because it really show you how in love women be with a man. And I love to stop right here and pause and let women really understand this moment. This the and I say this respectfully, I'm just drawing a picture, an image here. This the finest man that walked the earth. This the best man that walked the earth. This the purest man that walked the earth. This her husband. Can you imagine how every time he left the house, how she yearned for him? Ladies, you know that one that you really was feeling. Could you imagine he get up in the middle of the night and leave the bed? She is probably freaking out like, wait, just because of her love for her emotional attachment to it. I just want to draw a picture here, image. Whoever you think is the finest, like do that times a billion, because that's what the prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, was. Whoever you think the coolest, do that times a billion, because and this her husband. So you can imagine how much she had to balance her emotion. He was the prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, to everyone. So everyone wanted to be around him. She had to share him with everybody. He get up out the bed to do something that wasn't normal, I'm assuming, and I'm taking a huge assumption, that correct me if I'm wrong, brothers and sisters, but normal, because she followed him. And when he turned around to walk back, and I know the prophet, peace blessed be upon him, I learned walk fast, and so he turned around really quick to walk back. She had to rush back to get home. Long story short, she was breathing heavy. He knew that she had followed him, but his response to her, this is what he said. He said, Aisha, why are you breathing heavy? I believe, correct me if I'm wrong. And she said, I'm asleep. And he said, in so many words, did you think I would be unfair to you? Now, I think it's some narrations where they said that he put his finger in her chest. Like, did you think I would be unfair to you? Regardless of it, if you in love with your husband, you love this man to death, you following him because you love him, you want to be near him, you want to know where he is, and he responds with, did you think I will be unfair to you? This the perfect man to walk the earth. So, brothers, that's a testament to who are you, respectfully. You're gonna deal with some stuff. The prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, dealt with wives who were emotional and followed him and wanted to know his every move. And in our day and age, a man will say, you're insecure. Just how women would say, you looking for a mama and not a wife, a man will tell a woman in a minute she's insecure. And she very well may be. That's the truth. However, we're talking about delivery and communication and the nature of women and men. I'm going to keep going back to that, because that we have to have a foundation. If our foundation is the nature of a woman, we understand that women are going to be emotional, irrational, and absent-minded at times. If we understand the nature of men, we know that the Sunnah has showed us how to respond. So all I'm saying is, when we have these conversations, be it about money, about dowry, about marriage, about maintenance, we need to fear Allah in our conversations, and we need to lead with our nature. Don't send that DM to him telling him you late on your ComEd bill, your water bill, your rent, until you have repeated that dua 100 times, until you have called every brother in your family and asked, lead with your deen. If that don't catch him, sis, he ain't worth catching. Let him go,
Well
brothers.
said.
Brothers.
Well said. So just wrapping up what you said, you basically saying, and it's a very, 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 very good point that Akila Anderson, I see you got a lot to say. I sent you the link. Um, um, you basically saying brothers need to tap deeply into that soft side and that compassionate side, um, that the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam had in him, and which made him successful in dealing with his wives and their emotional disposition. And sisters should lead with deen and grace.
Absolutely.
I agree with that 100%. I hope people take that. I hope people take that advice on both ends. I hope so. Inshallah. We can only shift gears because we definitely hit the nail on the head, for what's going on for the most part.
It's some
Let me
comments in here
ask
that
you
I
this,
want
because
to
yeah,
address.
it's before Akila Anderson put up a comment. I want to touch on it a little bit.
Okay.
Um, but before then, I
Yeah.
want to go back to because we knocked out two major things. The last major thing, which I think is also an issue on why sisters aren't getting married, basically, and I'm quoting you. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
verbatim.
Mm-hmm.
Brothers get intimidated, um, because they because you don't fit into their what they got rolling. Okay, the sister. Okay, sister. I see. Sister Akila. I think that's you. Yeah, I see you. Give me 1 second. We gonna change gears. I'll bring you in, inshallah ta'ala. Um, um, brothers being and well, matter of fact, she could be. She can speak on this one as well. Sister Akila, salam alaikum.
Walaikum salam. Can you hear
Hey,
me okay?
okay. Yeah, we can hear you
Double like,
real good. You got a good microphone. Um,
Okay, no, I have the game on in the background, so I want to make sure you can hear me.
Assalamu alaikum, sister.
oh, yeah, yeah, we definitely can.
Walaikum salam. Walaikum salam, sis. How you doing?
I'm doing well, alhamdulillah. How are you?
Alhamdulillah.
So I want y'all both to take a crack at this before we change gears to your comment, Sister Akila. Um, brothers get intimidated, and brothers get intimidated because y'all are independent. You don't they don't necessarily. And then let me know if I'm wrong. Y'all independent. Y'all don't necessarily need a man's money. Am I right about that?
No,
Right.
no, no. I'm sorry, Akila. I
Okay.
agree with him. I need and want. I don't lead with his money. That's the thing. Y'all money is needed. The black, yeah, we need men and we need each other's money. That's why we not building nothing in the black community because we all paying separate rent. That's crazy to me. We all
So
got
what
separate.
do you mean when you say brothers to get intimidated?
What I mean with
But
brothers
you
get
didn't say that. I'm paraphrasing what you said.
you paraphrase, no problem. We need and want y'all money. I'm not y'all ain't getting off that easy. Not only that, because we gonna keep it sooner, right? We gonna keep it sooner, right? Y'all are maintainers, right? We need and want y'all money. We don't lead with that. We lead with Dean. Your money come when my Dean is tight. You feel me? So what I mean with intimidated by is when a man, first of all, men don't adjust their approach based on their audience. I'm gonna say that again. That was a lot of
Oh,
A's.
okay, I got you. I got you. It
Men
kind of go back to that thing of them not salaming you before they come in. They coming at you like, hey, yeah.
So they'll go from and this is no shade to my sisters with children. I love y'all, man. I make it easy on y'all, you and the babies. I love children for the sake of Allah. Um, they'll approach a sister with 3 or 4 kids who's struggling, who they know struggling, and they'll approach her a certain way. But then they'll meet a woman, and I like me, I don't have children. I live by myself, and they'll try to approach me with the same game. My thing is, if we on social media and you watching somebody post and you get to see somebody before you shoot your shot in the DM, how are you bricking? I don't understand. This is an easy layup. All you have to do is watch the prospect and send a DM that speaks to who that person is. If your approach is the same, you beautiful, you so pretty, I love your hijab. Okay, we are mid 30s, bro. You've watched me for 2 years. That's it. And I have to follow your lead and you my ticket to Jenna. Yes, now you are intimidated by me because you have to evolve and grow. And that's uncomfortable for somebody who's content in being mediocre. That might have been a little harsh, brothers. I'm sorry. I'm not saying y'all mediocre, but I'm saying that approach is below mediocre for a woman of my caliber. Keela, you tell me how you feel, sis. That's just my.
So I'll say this, and it's just speaking on my experience that I've had since I've been Muslim when it comes to men. So, going back a little bit to what you guys said, I can say most, if not all, of the rejections in the beginning of like years ago in the beginning of my journey when I was looking for a husband had to do with looks. And I can say that with confidence because I have had brothers tell me that
Oh, if only you were 200 pounds smaller, I would marry you. If you were just a little lighter, I would marry you. Um, you will be good as a second, third, or fourth wife. So it'll give the other wives a break from having sex with him, but you wouldn't be somebody that they would want to take out and let other brothers know that they're married to. I've had brothers tell me this. Okay.
That is,
Um, huh?
man, I make it easy on you. That
Mind you, since I've since and it's like this was years ago. Um, I have lost a greater bit of weight since then. And
mm-hmm.
then these are the same brothers that are like, well, hey, how you doing? How you been? You all right? I see you. I see you looking good over there. Okay, you doing okay? You need anything? All right. So I'm like, all right. I peeped game a long time ago. I'm not naive. Another thing I've noticed too, a lot of brothers, a lot of black men are not used to women who have fathers actively in their life. I grew up with my father. I grew up with my daddy. I am a big, huge daddy's girl.
I second that.
Um, and a lot of brothers aren't used to that. So when I lead with, yeah, I'm talking to my dad, or yeah, my dad talked to me, or I gotta call my dad, see how you doing. I gotta call my mom, see how she's doing, things like that. It's like, oh, you still talk to your dad? Your dad around? Yes, my father is around.
Mm-hmm. I
In,
second.
in in my 40s, I still turn into a huge 2-year old when I see my dad. Okay. So yes, my dad is around. They're not used to that. Another thing for me, in my perspective, and a lot of times I did not want to tell brothers what I did for a living because if I did, they saw a dollar sign and it was, oh, I don't have to take care of her. I don't have to maintain her. She has her own money. I don't have to do anything.
Like
So
brothers have said this to you, or this is
yes. No, no, no,
okay.
no. Yes, yes. They have said this to me. It's not anything I'm saying about what brothers have done is nothing that I'm like assuming. They have said these words to me personally.
Mm-hmm.
If not like with their voice over text message or message or anything like that. Um so right now currently I have my PhD in nursing.
Mashallah.
And I'm actually going back inshallah in February for my DNP in nursing. And I teach nursing at a college here, and I also still work on the floor in postpartum. um, you'll get brothers that say like like I said, I don't have to take care of you. You make your own money. Blah blah blah. And I'm like, well, no, you still supposed to maintain and protect me. And it's like, well, but in you know what? Forget it. So that's why I have my mindset of no, I don't need your money because I don't. I don't need you to take care of me. I don't need your money. I take care of myself. But as a matter of fact, since I can do all those things and you humming and hawing about when I say something about maintaining me, I don't need you because I don't. So
Have you had a situation where there was a brother that you was interested in, and he expressed that he couldn't take care of you at that level? And did you tell brothers like, hey, you know what, I'm good financially, whatever you can do,
yeah,
let's just okay. And
yeah,
then what happened then?
nothing. Because this
To
because
say
this
the
is
least,
what because
I'm
this is what
with you,
happens
not
when
at
I
you.
do that. Because no, this is what happens when I do that. Then it's about maybe a couple days or a week later. You know what? I'm really in a bind. You think I can borrow about $200?
This didn't happen more than once, or just or was
This
once.
has this has happened so many times I've lost count.
Whew, okay.
I'm
Um,
telling
You know,
they don't
I'm really trying to, I gotta take care of my kids, baby mama and da da da. You think you can lend me about 200, about $300, I'll pay you back, I'm good, my word is good, I'm gonna pay you back. Or
so tell me this. Well, how was the dean of that individual?
Oh, wait a minute. This
Don't say no
conversation.
names.
No, I'm
Don't
not
say no
gonna say no
names.
names. I'm not gonna
Okay.
say no names. I'm not gonna say no names. But I've had conversations like this as far as my looks, as far as my weight, as far as my money, with people with brothers who are supposed to be imams. Okay, so there you go.
All right. That puts a
Uh
lot
huh.
on the
Right.
table.
Right. Let that marinate. Let that marinate.
Yeah, I mean that puts a lot on the table. Only thing that can really be said about that is it is not from our dean. That I mean, obviously, attraction is a part of our deen. Attraction is a part of our sunnah, and everybody should do their best to stay healthy and maintain um, their attraction, whatever type of attraction that they have. That's obviously a part of our deen. Um, um, which like you said, you were having weight issues at one point in time, and you rectified that. Um, which is why I want to tell sisters were if they are or if they were struggling with weight, do everything you can to become healthy again. And especially if, like Sister Akila mentioned, especially if you think that it is an impediment to you getting married. um, we can't ignore that. We all grown. We all big. We all big people. We grown. So if you think that that is an issue, sisters, definitely jump on top of that as much as you humanly possibly can.
Okay, when
Um,
I don't mean to cut you up. I'm gonna cut you off right there for a moment. Hold on, because when I lost weight, I think I've lost now about 130 something pounds naturally.
mashallah, mashallah.
I
Tabarakallah.
did it for me, not to look good for a brother so that he can marry me, not to,
Okay, so let me
get
stop
more
you.
attraction or anything
Okay,
like that.
let me stop you there. Uh, I let me. This is from a man's point of view.
Hmm.
We're disconnected, and this is why I want to have these types of. I like to have these types of conversations. Yes, you did it for you, but that's not 100% the benefit of you getting back healthy or a woman getting back healthy. Attraction is a real thing. Now, if you find a brother, if a sister is heavier and you find a brother that does not mind that, and those brothers are out there, no harm, no foul, whatever. Still try to be healthy. But I I don't want sisters to be deluded to think it's 100% about you. No, 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 no. If there's a man in your life, or like I was saying, not saying this about you, but if that was a part of the problem of attracting men, don't don't delude the fact, don't underestimate or be shallow in understanding that attraction is a huge thing for men. It
Okay.
is
Okay,
it
yeah,
is
so
huge, and
attraction definitely is
that's
a
just
huge
what it
thing
is.
for attraction is definitely a huge thing for a man and for a woman. So I understand that. But wait a minute, don't this is a thing, and not saying this to you directly, but don't tell me that attraction is the number one thing for men and men want to marry somebody attractive when, like I said, the same brothers who told me that I was too big, I was too dark or whatever for them to marry was the same brothers that was talking about when can I come over? When are you free?
So
What
wait,
you doing?
You
let me
mean
clarify.
like you mean
Hold on.
like during you mean
Yeah,
like during like
they,
before you lost weight is
Yes,
what you saying?
yes.
so,
Hold on 1 second, Sakina. Okay, yeah. So, if these individuals were claiming to be imams and students of knowledge or whatever, then they kind of eliminate that status when they saying that. So when I ask how's a brother's dean, um, if a brother tells you one thing and then does another, then that takes away from the quality of that brother's dean. Um, so that's a separate issue. But just be clear and understanding that you want to be attractive for a man. If you want a man, you most definitely want to invest as much as you possibly can into being attractive. Not overly, but you have to. We can't. I think a lot of sisters. I'm gonna let you cook too, Sakina. I want to get this out there. A lot of sisters get deluded and thinking, and not saying this about anybody on here, but so a lot of sisters get deluded and think like, oh, he should just choose me for my personality and I'm a good Muslim. No, that's not reality. Men are visual, sensual human beings. You have some men who have their preference, and if a brother was saying you too dark, keep it pushing. Don't even never text him back, because obviously you're not his type. If a brother said, "Hey, I'm struggling with the weight thing," if he's not willing to be there with you to help you get healthy, chuck the deuce. Don't continue the relationship. Don't stay in it to see if you could make him like your personality enough to marry you, and then it's a problem, or to almost get married and then it becomes a problem because y'all didn't get married. You did the right thing in investing in your health, but I don't want you to make the mistake in having the mentality that this is 100% for me and it's not for my future potential husband. No, it is. It is. What would you have to say, again?
I just want to add to that. I agree on both ends, and I want to caution sisters, when you see, like, we ain't even talking to the brothers that would want to come by late night and don't want to marry. Like, y'all are clowns. Like, y'all are out of the conversation. Like, y'all.
Yeah, right.
Like, we not even talking to you. We gonna address everybody that don't get a greetings, but the ones that playing Kaffir games, y'all play them Kaffir games a lot. Y'all, that's between you and Allah. We not even speaking on that because that's what y'all got going on. But I do agree with the fact that as women, we do gotta, and as men, because let's keep it a buck. It's some healthy brothers that got a belly that look 13 months. Okay. Hey, I was down my. We both on both ends can do a due diligence in pushing back the table. We all can do that, and that's for that. It's for Allah at the end of the day, because you got to return this body to Allah, inshallah. So you want to make sure that you return it in good faith. But when women say, "I did this for me," I hear you, sis. You did do it for you, and part of doing something for you is making sure that you are ready to receive a man, to receive all that a marriage has to offer you.
Which is half of your deen.
Right, on your deen. Having relations, you got to be physically healthy to do that. So, and that's part of being in a marriage. So, yes, you did it for you and your future self. And I'm assuming that all Muslim women want to complete half of their deen. So when you say you doing it for you, all of that is included in the for you. The marriage, the half of the deen, the successful
The health.
relationship, the husband, all of that is for the betterment of you. And part of that is staying healthy, and be it losing weight, be it exercising more, be it staying on your doctor's. We all, as a Black community, men and women, can do a better job in our older years of staying healthy, because we still trying to attract whatever name Allah wrote next to ours. So you want to make sure you looking how you were supposed to be looking. You know what I mean? So I say that to say it's important on both ends, because just how it's some healthy women out here, and I'm one of them. I'm not a toothpick size girl, and some healthy men. There's definitely some healthy brothers out here too. So I think it's conversation on both ends. But I also believe, though, that a lot of these men, like, I want to touch on the fact of that Kaffir behavior of doing things that's outside of the deen. Y'all know who y'all are, but y'all will come on here and talk about what the woman with the baby said to you. But pointing fingers at everyone, but not examining how are you approaching women. What type of women are you approaching? I'm pretty sure you knew she had kids before you approached her. I'm pretty sure you knew she was thick and big boned before you approached her. Approach what you like, and leave people in the care of Allah. You don't have to answer to everybody you have a conversation with. Some things you shouldn't even want to talk to Allah about. And being, disrespecting someone for their looks, the prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, never even played like that. Never even played like that. So I just think that's little kids play. That's childish play. Let's keep that on the playground.
Yeah. Yeah, good enough. So oh my bad. You want to say something, Akila?
No, it's honest. Can you guys hear me okay? Because I'm in my car.
Yeah, we can hear
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. We hear you good.
Okay. So for me, at this point, because I'm like 41 now. Alhamdulillah. I I have, and maybe it's more so me for wanting to marry or complete half my thing for the wrong reason. That I'm just like I'm removing myself from contention, whether I'm big or small, if I bleach my skin or whatever. I just don't. I honestly have the opinion that everything is not meant for everybody, right? And
Are you referring to marriage?
yes,
Now, why you say that?
because I've tried twice, and both times,
Twice?
yes, and
Well,
both
listen,
times it didn't work.
that's kudos to you. Um, kudos. Like, two times is good in the black community because a lot of us done tried a whole lot more times than that. Me, the host included. So you doing good, sis.
Yes,
You
and both
doing
times,
better than most. Ain't
yeah,
no way you could be talking about you gonna give up. Not just yet. you just getting started. You can't
Right.
give up
no, like
yet.
in both times was in polygyny, and for me personally, I don't have a problem with polygyny. But my reasoning for wanting that was, well, I'll just say this: in the beginning, I was like maybe a year, uh, being Muslim, and it was kind of a struggle for me because I was actually in school to be an LPN, and um trying to learn my deen and learn the prayers and all that other stuff and trying to combine the two because it was really hard. And a sister approached me, and I'm thinking, okay, she's being nice and she's telling me and helping me with my deen and everything like that because she's a sister, she's being nice. And she was just like, you'd be perfect for my husband. And I was like, what? And she was like, yeah,
Mashallah.
you like the same things that he like. You like sports, he likes sports. You like to cook the things that he
Mashallah.
likes. And I'm like, okay. And so this was my experience that I got with polygyny. And she was Moroccan. Then
Mashallah.
but that never happened because they ended up getting divorced, and I was still trying to focus on school and stuff like that. So me and him never talked. So
Wow,
then
they got
when,
divorced.
yeah. So, but
Wow.
then when,
Now was this brother Moroccan?
no, he was black.
Mm.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So when it was introduced to me again, this time it came from the brother, not the sister. I'm thinking the same positive things that I had before, with that whole experience. It was total opposite 180. It, the I think what happened was the sister ended up calling me. At this point, I'm already a nurse and I'm working a couple of jobs. And the sister called me because she saw my number come up on his phone bill when she went to go pay it. And she called me blocked and hung up. Then she called me back again blocked. And I said, hello. She was like, hello, who's this? And I said, you called me. Who is this? And she was like, you know, brother and such. And I said, oh, yeah, yeah. You're his wife? Yeah. We're talking about getting married. He's talking to my wife, Hill. I'm all excited. And she's like, well, since all he's going to do is have you on welfare and public assistance and, not take care of you. I'm like, well, sis, I work. I'm a nurse. Click.
She hung up
She
on
hung
you?
up. She hung up on me.
Let me jump in, sis. Now let me ask you this: why did you tell her the nature of y'all conversation?
Because like I said, going back to the experience that I had prior to, I thought that's how all sisters were when it came to polygyny. Because remember, that sister came to me the first time. So I thought it was okay.
Okay, now let's. I'm gonna be honest, sis. That's a little naive to think that a woman gonna take that news Dad, oh yeah, girl, he about to get married. He talks to my wife.
Was she? This was you was still kind of learning at this point, right?
Yeah. No, now
Yeah,
I
yeah. So
know.
she didn't know.
No, yeah, now
Yeah.
I
Okay,
know. I wouldn't do that now.
yeah.
But even in that sense, doing that backfired on me. The first time I actually got married in polygyny, the sister messaged me, was really nice, and was like, "Are you talking to my husband?" And da da da. And I was like, you know what? That's a conversation you should have with him. I don't want to, talk to you about that or things like that. And I was then at that point, I was every name under the book. I was every name under the sun. B's, H's, this. I was everything but my name.
Sister, that's
So
out of line for even approaching you asking because technically it's not none of her business. Like what
No, it's not.
none of her
and that
business.
and that was my mindset, and that's why I said I think you should have that conversation with him and have. I'm thinking to myself, okay, let him have that conversation. I've already asked him, hey, have you talked to your wife? Just because of the other situation with the sister calling me and everything else, I don't want to be the one to have that conversation. You should be the one to have that conversation and lead and whatever. Not me. That's not my responsibility. um, but because he didn't, that's why she came at me that way. Because he didn't take his responsibility as a leader and lead and have that conversation. But in my mind, oh, perfect. I'm gonna be in polygyny. I don't have to be a wife 24/7. I can have my career. I was at this time I'm thinking about going back to school to be an RN to get my associate's degree so I can focus on school, I can focus on my career. I don't have to be a wife 24/7. And that in my mind was the reason why I wanted to do it. It wasn't for religion, it wasn't for anything like that. It was so, okay, cool, I can get married. I can have people get off my back about getting married, and then I can focus on just me and my career.
Are you still at that point?
Yes, because I'm going back, inshallah, I'm going back to school in February for my second doctorate.
So you are still at
Mashallah.
the point of so from what I hear you saying is you really don't want to get married. You just want to get married for people to get off your back because you don't really desire it.
Well, because then if I say I don't want to get married or I don't think marriage is for me, then it's well, no, sis, you're supposed to get married. You have to
But
complete half
why?
your deen. You have
But
to do.
but my question is more so why do you think it's not for you? Because you gave two examples of when it didn't work, but you didn't tell like what that did to make you not. Why is it not for you? Is it not for you because men don't know how to manage the relations between their first wife and you? Is it not from you because you don't want to be in the drama? Like what's the
So
why
yeah,
behind?
both. So both, yeah. Men,
Okay,
when
so
for me,
So,
yeah, for me,
so,
both
so, so,
brothers didn't know how to lead.
where you
Oh,
from, sister?
hold up, y'all. My
just
good
hold on,
friend.
brother.
Hold up, y'all. My good friend. Saleh Abdul Mujib. I just added him in. A lot of this material that y'all be seeing, it be happening in the background with me and the guys. He's part of when I say the guys. Um, so yeah, that a lot of this content comes out of when we're in our little think tank, but we know we have to come out of our think tank and into the broader society and try to get this stuff figured out because we only know each other, our experiences, and the experiences of people that we know. So I just wanted to let y'all know real quick before he jump on here. It's good, good friend, man. Y'all done seen him on my platform enough if y'all been following closely enough. But he been rocking with me for years. But yeah, he on here. But well, go ahead.
Yeah, for one, everyone, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
He been
Um,
listening.
and
Wait, slide.
alhamdulillah,
He been
alhamdulillah.
listening.
No, I cut in. No, I cut it. I
Like
cut
that's
in
a
with old.
lie.
I cut in with the sister. I cut in with the sister. See, I had to cut it with the sister first because she says something right. Like I didn't want to just come in with salams because
Oh,
she
come
says
on, we
something and
always
I wanted her to
start with
correct it, right?
brother.
Because
See,
we
we
all,
get stuff done.
right. So I wanted
Oh,
to cut it. I wanted to cut in, from
Sam's what
the
we
from the rip,
starting at peace than where we starting. We
right,
can't start at
right. So
correction. They started at peace.
right. But I was, I was in the comments. I got added on for one. If Abdul Kabir knows me, I don't like this topic.
Yeah,
Right?
he
I
hates it.
hate
Yeah,
this
he hates
topic. I hate this topic because how I view things, right, in society. is completely different than what we dish out. The problem that I believe that we all have is a dini matter. Everybody has a thing with still attached to some sort of form of the dunya and don't want to let it go, despite what it is. And we broadcast our shortcomings. We allow, and the only way we allow other influences to come inside of these marriages and our relationships is due to the lack of where we are standing in our religion. Because if you're firm on your religion, other influence cannot attack you. The shaitan cannot attack you. And the reason why we let the shaitan attack us with all these other type of influence, such as this feminine movement and everything else, and casting criticism to the brothers, and the brothers casting criticism on the sisters, because we're lacking somewhere when it comes to ibadah. That's my approach. Secondly, us as African American inner cities Muslims, we forget how to come together in marriages, point blank period, to make things work. Either two parties are coming in damage and we don't want to fully commit to what's going on, or we in here just trying to use somebody for what they benefit from. If the brother got a bag, or if the sister got a place to stay, or if the sister's this, we trying to use somebody to the point where that is not going to prosper in a marriage. And the reason why I say that, the Prophet ﷺ said, "Innamal a'malu binniyat." These are based upon intentions. And our intentions are coming in this marriage sometimes be as cruel as they are all the way through. And that's another reason why we fail. It's not about leadership and about this, because what I've seen, where I'm from, where I live, where it's the threshold of the mass majority of the nonsense, that I've seen a man who has no job, who sells turtles, have 4 women, and they respect them. And I've seen a man who goes to work every day, has a decent job, get no respect, and gets nothing, and be trying to get control. But this guy that's running the streets, who go sell turtles and out here doing everything, these 4 wives buy him his clothes, these 4 wives house him, they buy his sneakers, he don't do nothing, but the men who work hard do this. And I could say the same. I've seen good women get utilized because men don't know how to keep the woman satisfied because of his own little shortcomings. So to me personally, everything starts with deen. If we get our religion right, we can do this. We can get things right. A lot of times we don't marry people for fi sabilillah. When I mean fi sabilillah, you love this person for the religion, then everything else that comes along with it. And when I mean religion, not just a person who dressed the part, that got the thobe up to the ankles, but a person that knows what he's talking about, implement what he's talking about. Even if his bag is small, you still consider him as a great leader, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala placed him in a position where if he uphold it, the community will follow him. That's how
So
I view things, right?
circle this back around. I want y'all to hit on that before we get away from it. Sakina, I see your lips moving. We can't hear you.
No, I
Did
was
you mute? Okay.
yeah, no,
Okay.
I was just amen, amen, amen. I agree.
Okay. But that brings us back to where it started when y'all when the sister Akila came on. How does it look? Because a lot of the sisters, remember, I was like 1 to 10. The brother at the bottom, $20,000-$30,000. Brother as a 5, he $40,000 to $60,000. Brother at a 10, 6 figures plus. We really don't need to discuss the brother at the 10. They not out here like that. But everything from a 6 on down is what is what's out here. How does it look? And y'all are 2 women who are good examples of the representation of the sisters that are available for marriage, whether they got kids or whether they don't have kids. Because a lot of sisters got 2 or 3 kids, and they still are nurses, they still are MPs and RNs or what have you, teachers, counselors, therapists, or what have you, and they do all right for themselves by themselves. Sisters, I want y'all to let us know how it looks to y'all when y'all are established financially, y'all got your own place. What is it that y'all are needing? Because we started this with the 2 of you, as far as not needing a man's finances. Yes, like Sakina, like you said, it would be nice, but what do y'all want? Because a lot of brothers are either doing equal at best or not as good. So how do the brothers get the women like you? You too.
Well, for me, I can say that I don't care what job he has. The times that I've gotten married, n- uh, neither one of them made as much or as close as I did as far as finances was concerned. But I wasn't, and I told him from the beginning, I don't care what you did for a living. It doesn't bother me. I'm not like looking at your pockets. I'm not, like, oh man, you make this much, you don't make enough for me. No, because I don't care. As long as your work is halal, as long as excuse me, you're striving to be the best person, the best Muslim that you can be, um, inside of work and outside of work. I could care less if you were working at McDonald's, if you was working at a grocery store, if you were selling oils. I don't care. I truly don't. Now, as far as
Okay, that kind of escapes where I'm really trying to get at, but we're gonna come back. We're gonna come back because I don't want to get
Oh,
lost. Sakina,
Okay.
the
what you think
question
about
was,
that?
oh, go ahead, man.
Oh,
My
hold up,
apologies.
Muji. I want you to get. I
Yeah,
want
no,
you
no,
to
my
get. I
apologies.
want you to
No,
answer
my
that
apologies.
question. Respond, but I want to get both of their responses
And
first because
so,
that goes back to what you said, Muji. But I wanna bring that in context. What does it look like for you, Sakina?
okay, so let me just reiterate the question so I know I'm answering it correctly. What do we need men to bring to the table if we've already established in our career and our lifestyle? Is that the question?
Yep.
Okay, so what I need a man to bring to the situation is his leadership and his dean.
Okay, so let me
Leadership
ask you
and
that before you continue. Do you think mostly in the girls' locker room, you could say this is what sisters who are established and doing well for themselves require?
I I I cannot say and I'm gonna be honest. I don't have a lot of Muslim sister friends to really have a lot of this conversation, so I cannot say. I pray that my sisters that's what they want to. I'm assuming that most independent women, and I hate the word independent because it's been dirtied up so much, but women who have taken time to flesh out their careers, I'm assuming most of them want dean and leadership. I want their money too, though. I want you to bring your bag so we can put my bag with your bag and we can get a bigger bag. So I need your money too. I need you to come with a plan. I need you to come securing your plan. I need you to come with ideas on how I can make your plan be better than what it is now. A lot of men don't got that. They haven't
Now,
done that work to do that.
now
And
I'm gonna. I'm sorry, Sakina.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna
Go
break
do your
this down
thing.
because this is the problem. Like I said, I have all the time, right? Well, one, I want to ask you sisters question. I just wanted to be a yes or no. Have any of you sisters went over any primary texts such as, when you say his dean, that he can teach you something? Have any of y'all went over any primary texts yourself, such as like uh uh Risalatul Jamia or in the Maliki fiqh, what at the Iqtari? Have y'all went over any basic books like that to learn the religion?
yes, I have not Alan Malachi, but I have gone over the rights of a Muslim husband and a Muslim wife, and I've also gone over. I haven't read all of Ari Bukhari. I have not, but I have read a lot of it. I've also read the Ideal Muslima as well as the Ideal Muslima. I've never read the one for the Muslim man,
Now,
but yes, and also my father is very knowledgeable in the Hadith, and he has definitely helped me to have a good understanding.
now, now,
Moment.
now, Abdul Kabir, did you see what I mean exactly?
Yeah, those were not primary
Those
texts.
aren't primary texts. So what I mean by that, when we say a man bringing Dean, right? When a man bring Dean, he's going to teach you the best suitable thing in the religion. When I say that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I mean the Prophet ﷺ said to marry a woman out of these four things, such as the religion, her beauty, her wealth, and her status, but to marry the religious woman if you know best, right? So what I'm saying to you is that a lot of times when a woman say they come into with Dean, if a man is strong on Dean, more than likely
It,
he is bringing himself down just as much. A woman says that I'm bringing myself down if I'm financially stable. because now you want a man to come in with the bag to teach you these things. And wallahi, when it comes to learning, it becomes sacrifice. A lot of these imams, a lot of Talibul Alms, a lot of leaders in the community, they struggle extremely much, and this is factual. When the community lacks, he has to pick up the slack. He has to do these other things, and he's struggling in his own backyard. And I know these things because I sit in a circle among these imams and all these other teachers. So when a woman said they want this man to come in with these things and these things, and she feels as though she's settling with this, if a man has deen and is up to par, do you know how often a man settles when he marries a woman who does not know that much of deen too? And what I'm saying to you is that if we want people to compromise, then we have to be willing to compromise and bend and work together too. And where we
I
lack.
I 100% agree. So as a revert, it is going to be some things that that's why I'm looking for him to come with the dean. That's why I need him to come tight on his, because I need him to come and help me be better than what I am. And inshallah, because I'm a quick learner by Allah's grace, I can do the same in whatever capacity Allah sees fit. But what I'm saying, if we have brothers that aren't even giving us the salams in our inbox, then
Right,
where
right,
do we
right.
start?
But
Yeah, right,
the
right,
problem is
right.
though, is that a lot of what the women too, if you go in, and I'm gonna take my shots too,
Okay,
that
take them.
aren't
Please do.
properly hijab, showing the curves, showing their body, showing this, and the brother look at it, it's a piece of meat. When hijab is supposed to be a covering and a protection for the brother. So if the brother sees something as a piece of meat, sometimes he's going to think with his nefs, just like a woman going to think with her nefs. If she see
So
Will's
we were.
chestnut, what's the black guy, what's the bald head black guy that was on the wood? Morris
Morris
Chestnut.
Chestnut.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you
But
see a brother like that, look at him.
my thing is
You
this.
know what I
So
mean?
we
Just
were.
we fall victim to our nest. And I'm not saying it's
And I,
correct, but
that's exactly
but
what I
this is what
started with.
happens.
That's what
This
Abdul
is
told
what
me. Did I
happens.
not say we? Did I not say we falling in our nest? We need to put our nest to the side. Did I say that
Yeah,
an
you
hour ago?
started off with that.
I started with that, brother. I started with
Yeah.
that on both
So,
ends. Did I not say that
no,
before?
so
But but
y'all
I
on the
think
same page. Y'all saying the same thing. We Sister Akila, uh
but before,
have you
protect
met a
yourselves.
brother? Sister Akila, have you met a brother that's like what Abdul Mujib just described?
I don't think I heard what he said as far as description. Can you say that again?
Um, in short, he basically said, um, sisters feel like they are compromising because brothers' bag ain't up to par, and brothers feel like they are compromising because sisters' dean isn't up to par. And Sakina chimed in and basically said, uh, that's what
That's the point we trying to
should
get
be
there.
required. Yeah, that's where we're trying to get to where the marriage is about the dean, and we have qualified brothers that would do so. But she's basically alluding to the fact that all these, like, she can't even get a salam out of a brother in her inbox, let alone be confident that he gonna be able to teach her the dean, and his character ain't even right and exact from the rip. So has that been your experience to where you don't need the brother financially, not canceling out that he should do whatever y'all agree on, but um a brother whose dean is obviously strong, and not the brother that's trying to creep over there at nighttime, he disqualifies. Or a brother trying to get a few dollars up out of you, he ain't qualified. Dean is good, don't make as much money as you do, um is working. Have you met a brother like that?
Yeah, and I married him, and we were married for 4 months.
damn, that's not a long time.
What happened? If you don't mind me asking, what happened?
What happened was, um, a brother introduced me to him, and we got married really fast. At least I thought it was really fast, but I was like, okay, he said he's interested in me. We sent each other our bios or whatever, and everything was good. We got married, and now this person was very, very knowledgeable, like very knowledgeable, and he knew I wasn't. He knew I was trying to learn and things like that. So I feel like it would be like a nice balance, um, for us. And what I ended up finding out was I was a placeholder for him to marry somebody else. So basically, he wanted another wife, but the other one that he wanted to marry, I guess maybe wasn't ready yet at that time or whatever. So okay, here, let me marry somebody else so I can control my knives. And when the sister is married, then I can marry her. And I can say that with confidence because what ended up happening was he married the sister, and I stopped hearing from him a whole lot. And I'm thinking, okay, maybe because he was working, because he didn't work in the city, he worked out of town. And then I ended up finding out that he married another sister that he was supposed to have been counseling, right? They married, and then he was going out of town to see her, and it's basically splitting up his time between her and his first wife. And then it was, oh, we're moving out of town, we're moving to another city. I'm like, wait a minute, you never told me you were moving, and you never gave me a chance to plan out my time and find a job, find a hospital I can work at in the city, because I have worked in that city before. So it wouldn't be hard for me to find a hospital to work at or whatever. Yeah, but he just never said, he just, okay, no, we'll be moving. But what I didn't know was they had already been planning this just without me. Um, and then it was, okay, now both of his other two wives are in this one city and I'm in this other city, but he's basically just spending his time between them two. And later on, having a conversation with the sister, found out that he was basically telling them was, oh, I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be okay with not spending time with her. Um, she'll be okay. She's okay with it. Don't worry about her. I'm just gonna split my time between you two. So that's what happened.
Okay.
And I asked for a divorce.
Okay. Um. All right. So we getting close on time. I don't want to make this too long, and I know we can double back if we need to. I'm gonna let everybody close. We're gonna let Mujib cook. Uh, I'll let y'all respond if y'all need to, and then we'll say our closing statements, and then we'll double or triple back on part 3, I guess. I think we got a lot done. I think we got a lot done. At least we began doing the work. So, Mujib, you heard the sisters' concerns. You've been watching the entire time. You are boots on the ground. Um, he is a leader in the community. Um, he has been for a while. So, given the information that you received today in this live stream, go ahead, give your perspective, inshallah ta'ala, and I'll let y'all three rock it out for a little second to see if we on the same page, if we not, if we need to tighten up on the things that were said, whatever. Go ahead, take off, Mujib. You there?
Oh, I think he clicked.
He might. Oh, I think he in. Hold up. Oh, he sent me a message. Oh, his son had his son called him. His son he sent a message. So I'll begin wrapping it up, and inshallah if he come back. So Sakina, your main gist is that we have gotten away from our nature as man and woman, as Muslim man and woman. Agreed. And uh, and Akila, I think you agree with this as well. Brothers um, get intimidated because y'all already doing y'all thing. And Akila, you said basically brothers are more invested in superficiality as far as looks and so forth, as opposed to deen and worrying about being married for the sake of Allah. Is that pretty much where we at?
That I would agree with that.
I would agree as well. I think that all of that, taking that all into consideration and looking at it from both ends, I don't want this to feel like the normal men bashing, gender bashing thing. I want to highlight we have both got away from our nature, but we also both have work to do on both ends to make this work. It's not all on the men and it's not all on the women. If we start by remembering the nature of how each are created, even taking that superficial, men are created, they're visual. So we got to do our best to be modestly dressed and hijabbed up appropriately. And the sisters can do a better job at that, me, myself included. It is definitely, I promise to Allah, and wallahi, Allah knows best. It's hard for us, brothers. It is hard for us. We are living in BBL land with a butt that middle that's crispy. Do you hear me? We are doing our very best. I am. Let me speak for myself. It's every day struggle to make sure that my body is not out like that. Okay? Have some grace with us. We living in a Western society where these girls are basically naked. I'm gonna assume y'all doing y'all best not to look at them, and y'all can assume that we doing our best. Can we win on that?
Shots fired.
So I think we can both do better on both ends. But I think if we go back to remembering the nature of how we all are created, if we increase our patience, increase our grace, and start with the salams at bare minimum, we can figure out compatibility from that. But we ain't compatible if you not starting with peace. This world is hard. I might have had a rough day. I might have had to go. I ain't gonna put my bid. I might have had to go do some work that caused me to travel, and I need some peace. For if you coming to talk to me, come start with peace. If we ain't starting there, we have nothing to talk about. And I speak for all Muslim women when I say that. If you do not start with the greetings, you are not compatible with her. We need you to bring peace so we can enhance the peace in your life. I can't stand when men say, I settle where the peace at. Y'all don't even start with peace. How you settle? Let's be for real. Stop saying these tagline captions that you saw went viral, and let's keep it a buck. Go through your messages and see how many times you started with Assalamu alaikum, sis. And I'll push you a further. How many times did you start with what's your Wali's number, sis, after the Assalamu alaikum? Sis, how do you respond? If he not giving you the salam, bro, sis, come on now. Like come on. That's how Kafirs approach us. So I think we go back to the nature, increase our grace and patience. And just to touch on what your friend said, yes, I'm not claiming to be the most pious. I'm not claiming that my deen is at where I hope to never be at a place of deen that I know everything. I'm going to be learning God willing until the last salat, to the last prayer, to the last breath in me. I'm never going to say I got this deen down pat, but we need each other to be better. And if the brothers are not starting with the simple deen of giving the salams, where do we go as Muslim women from that? We already shouldn't even be talking to each other on social media, but this is the time that we live in. At bare minimum, you can start with the salams and what's your Wali's number. At bare minimum, for real. So if we go back to the title of this, why are Muslim men and not marrying Muslim women? Muslim men are not marrying Muslim women because they're starting off as a kafir in the building of a relationship with a Muslim woman. Muslim women are too emotional to see when a guy is trying or when he needs you to pull back a little bit to give him space to grow. We need to increase our grace. We need to make sure our deen comes before our culture. And we need to fear Allah in our relations with one another and our interactions with one another. And I hope Allah is pleased with the conversation that we've had today, and that it's pushed the Ummah to be stronger, better for all of us. It's important for all of us. I can cry about how important it is for us to be strong in America, because this ain't easy, and we doing it in silo, and it's dumb. So that's my piece.
Sister Akila, what's your take on this part of this conversation?
I mean, I agree with everything the sister is saying. I mean, we definitely have to come at each other correctly more. And we need to respect each other more, because we're definitely not getting respect from other people. So we should definitely come at each other more respectfully. not trying to see what we can get from each other off bat, but see what we can learn from each other, see what we can, how we can grow in ourselves with each other. I know, like I said, I know I'm not the most prized person. Like the sister said, I know I'm not, definitely not. I strive to be every day. I have my own struggles with what priority is for me and things like that. So I definitely get it. Um, but I know for me, definitely that softness it's very, very hard for me. And
Because of
but I'm
what you've been
learning.
through?
I'm huh?
Because of what you've been through?
Um, that and just how I was raised and things like that with my dad. I can be soft, but as soon as I have to, if I'm in a position where I have to figure it out myself, that softness out the window, out the door, down the street, on an airplane in another country.
It's a conversation within itself.
Yeah. So, but yeah,
All right.
we all can benefit from each other. Men, sisters can benefit from men, and men can benefit from sisters. We just have to figure out a way that we can do it respectfully without putting down each other, and it'll be all right.
Okay, so I think um the highlight of today's conversation was two things. Brothers and sisters need to submit to their inner nature. Brothers need to be more masculine, need to take more charge. Highlight. They need to hold on, my mom just texted me. What? Um, they need brothers need to get more in tune with their sensitive, dare I say it, emotional, dare I say it, understanding side or aspect of the sunnah, so that they will be able to they'll be equipped, well equipped to deal with the emotional nature of women. And the biggest highlight, I think, is that speaking from two well-established women in the community, and really on behalf of well-established women or established women to whatever degree, sisters in the society, brothers need to come correct with that dean. So y'all gave me a lot of food for thought. And I think the next part of this conversation needs to be brothers lacking in leadership in this dean. That's what I'm taking out of most of what my female friends in the dean. That's what I'm taking mostly out of, is that brothers are just kind of lagging behind as far as leadership. Um, yeah, I think that's an important thing, because obviously y'all already have what y'all have going on, and I think y'all both have made peace with the fact that there aren't a lot of. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, y'all. Have y'all already made peace with the fact that there are not as many brothers who are as financially stable at the level that y'all are on?
Oh yeah.
I say it's about 60% of them are not as established, and then the rest are established, but it's just not at a level that's compatible for me. That's no shade. It's just it's not at a level that's compatible. So I think, and that's a whole nother conversation in itself about black men not having leadership skills and black men not being able to live a lifestyle that's comparable to their white counterparts, Asian counterparts, because of systematic things. We got grace for that too with black brothers. I know us a lot of black brothers that have been locked up. They got felonies. That's trying to figure it out. But at bare minimum, with all that added, with all that context, because we coming with baggage too, come with the ding and striving with patience and grace. It's not gonna lead nowhere but, if not in this dunya, in the afterlife, to success anyway. So, stop so much focusing on the bag. Ladies, stop so much focusing on his bag. Your sustenance comes from Allah. Put that conversation is for the Kaffers. That's for the gang poppers and the prophet was poor when he met Khadijah. Let's not ever forget that. He was poor when he met Khadijah. May Allah be pleased with her. And she put him in the bag. So it's not that we can't, that he can't come to you poor. It's how his deen was tight. She wanted to marry him because his deen was tight. Brothers, that's a testament to you. You can be out your bag, but your deen can be your destined to find your wife. But it's so diluted in how much money people got these days. It messes up the conversation. So yeah,
we
all
gotta we gotta spin the block on that one.
we do.
We gotta spin the block on that one because that's a big fight on social media that has spilled over into, I can't even say spilled over into the broader society, because there is no broader society anymore. Society is social media. So but
But
yeah, I
can
think
I say this really quick
no,
though?
go ahead, go ahead, go
I,
ahead.
what I've noticed a lot of times is, especially Black brothers, are so used to this that they actually look for this. They want more so sisters who have the 3, 4, 5 kids, things like that, because they want the sisters on Section 8. They want the sisters that's getting the EBT cards. They want the sisters that's getting the government assistance so that they don't have to put in any money. So it doesn't matter what their bag is. I know this sister's getting $300, $400 in food stamps. I know this sister is getting this much money from the government and her rent is $100. I'm good.
Mm, we gotta spin the block on this, man. We have to, because this is a very interesting part of this conversation. This is a real thing. Yeah, we got to spin the block on that, y'all. I'm gonna hit the two of y'all up next weekend, inshallah. Maybe we'll pick up there, because that's where the conversation stopped. And this has definitely got to be a series of conversations, because it's a multifaceted problem. I think we shed a lot of light on, like, starting off, like, why aren't the brothers marrying the sisters? Off top, we understand on both ends now that everybody got something. Everybody got some type of baggage or whatnot. I think Sakina said there's some great light on us being more in tune with our deen, which will block out the perception of that baggage. We can get it all figured out, and the sunnah, it gives us problems for all of that. So
Mm-hmm.
that's a good point. And also, at the beginning of this conversation, at least what we doing, Sister Akila, you threw it out there real good that brothers are superficial. I try to touch on that a lot. Um, um, it's a thing we need to talk about, man, because I'm a firm believer in beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And I've spent a lot of time in the psychological science to attraction. And like why am I attracted to certain kinds of women? Why are women attracted to certain kinds of men? Why are certain people more popular for their attraction? Not that they're more attractive, they're just more popular for their attraction. And what I came up with, and it is that study of mine has been going on for 15 years, and it's still active. Um, not conclusion, but where I've gotten so far in about 15 years of that study is superficiality that's built by society. Um, if it, we things, images are pushed on our minds for lucrative purposes. We know this is all that is. This is all that is. And I don't want to throw myself out there too much, but I'm an open book. Um, I had a past life, and I had girlfriends, and I've had that superficial beauty, and I've had the not so popular superficial beauty, and it was as far as beauty, it was the same. As far as the physical thing, it was the same. The experience with those people is different, and you might prefer one or another as a man or a woman, whatever you got going on. But the concept is the same. The end result is the same. Sex is sex.
Mhm.
It isn't like, and I'm speaking from a 40-year-old experienced man with relationships. Um, and I think that come with a little bit of authority because so many people get caught up in superficiality. At the end of the day, the act is the same. And I don't want to go too far into that type stuff, but we gotta talk about it because, like Sister Akila said, this is impeding the process of marriage. Um, um, Brothers definitely dive head first after that superficial beauty. And 99.99999% of the time, them sisters, and I spoke on this yesterday, the Nakabi mommies, the wannabe Instagram model Muslimas, I've never found Dean in one of them. I've never found Dean in not a one of them. And that's just giving benefit to the doubt. And we're supposed to marry for the Dean, not for beauty. The attraction should be there, but we shouldn't be so drunk with attraction. Okay, attraction is attraction, desires are desires. We got to fulfill that. After that heavy round bout, after that 12 minutes, that 15 minutes of the heavy round bout, hopefully there's a heavy round championship, hopefully giving the brothers the benefit of the doubt. Now what? We got a whole, I don't even know what the mathematics is behind how many minutes is in the day, but a quarter of an hour, and hopefully it's a heavy round championship, and you knock your man out. It don't go on. You don't need 12 rounds. If you're grown, you get what I'm saying. If that quarter of an hour, you got 23 other hours and 3/4 of an hour that you got to spend with this individual that does not consist of that quarter of an hour. What are we gonna do after that? So I think like attraction and beauty and all this stuff, I think it's like very, very, very overrated. It's very overrated, and this is coming from an individual that I have to be attracted in whatever relationship that I'm in. So this is not coming from a person that whose libido, dare I use that word, is dead. Because there's a lot of brothers out there who will speak like that, and they don't have a high libido, or the libido is in the mid range, or it's low, or it's just not there. This ain't coming from one of those guys. This is coming from a guy I'm alive and well. And I'm still telling guys that is overrated. It's overrated, and I know how people can get superficial and say, "Oh, that's because you ain't had this and you ain't had that." Man, I'm 40. If I had a nickel for every time that I heard that, and to still tell you that it ain't true. At the end of the day, it's the same. It's overrated, and I think Sister Akila. I mean, we're just recently closely acquainted in our interaction on Facebook. She's a good sister. Obviously, y'all see she's standing on plenty of business when it comes to education, when it comes to finances. She's standing on plenty. I don't know about her taste in football, but we ain't
My
gonna shoot no
taste in
shots or nothing.
football is just fine, okay? My taste in football is just
I,
fine,
I don't
okay?
have no dog in that fight. Y'all in the NFC. I don't got no dog in that fight.
Yeah, and as a matter of fact, I have my hoodie on right now because we play Sunday night. So we
Burnt
play
out.
tonight at 8 o'clock. But no, actually, I was going to say that too. I mean, I love a brother that has Dean, and that's amazing. That's good. I want him to have that coming in. But what about outside of that there has to be some kind of connection too, as far as that's concerned, with our other outside interests, because nobody in this day, in this time, does the 24/7 unless you're like a student of knowledge or in that realm. So don't be mad at me when I don't want to have some long, emotional, philosophical conversation and I want to watch my football. Don't bother me.
Yeah,
Leave, leave me
I think that's
alone.
natural. I think that's all pretty much natural.
I,
And idealistically, I want to let people know that the dean is 24/7, but it doesn't always have to be like in a book, at the masjid, praying actually in salah. If y'all watch TV, if you watch a program and the program is somehow, some way, it's not haram, outright. Just about everything you seeing nowadays got a cinch, a cinch of something haram in it. You can't get away from it. But that quality time that y'all spend it with each other, that's Dean. That's Dean.
yeah,
The
I don't
laughing
mean
and
like
flirting with each other, that's Dean.
24/7.
But I know you mean like in the book and they
Yeah,
sit down
like
having lessons or like do the fix sister, you can't be boring, obviously. Yeah.
I mean,
Gotta
there's
have some
times to
flavor.
have there's times to have fun, fun and laugh and play with each other and things like that. And it's I'm not like that's it, that softness. I have it, but it's buried in there, and it's like I like I love football. I love sports. I watch college and I watch professional. I will if I have a day off, especially when I don't really have too many days off of work. I like to play my video games.
Alhamdulillah.
Um, I have my Xbox. I play my video games to help me, unwind and decompress, especially with being a professor. I'm dealing with other people's issues and, excuses to why assignments aren't turned in and blah 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 and everything else.
Alhamdulillah.
I like to read sometimes, but I also like to just unwind and do something that doesn't that doesn't involve me using brain cells. And that's fun too. It doesn't have to always be a boring marriage, a boring situation. When it comes to marriage, but they're gonna
Fair
respect
enough.
my king. They're gonna respect my king.
Fair enough. Alhamdulillah. And where's Ifa? Yes, it is the brother, the good brother in the flesh. I was locked up with this brother. Alhamdulillah. But inshallah ta'ala, we're wrapped for now. I know everybody got to get to their teams and all that or whatnot. So I appreciate y'all ladies for coming out and having a good, respectful, intellectual, Deanie filled conversation. We don't do that enough. We all workaholics. I'm a workaholic, and I know y'all two are workaholics. So I appreciate y'all cutting out that time to shed some light on this topic, and I pray that all of the viewers got some benefit. Familia Andalusia, I see your comment, and you are correct. But we out of time. We Familia Andalusia, inshallah ta'ala, we'll regroup. Before we peace out, anything else, y'all?
Thank you for providing this space, Brother Abdul Kabir. I appreciate it. I think this conversation was needed, and hopefully we cover some grounds, inshallah. So I look forward to the
Definitely.
next.
Yeah, definitely.
Akila?
Thank you for the invite.
Yeah, thanks for coming. Thanks for coming. I appreciate it. I know we all don't agree all the time, but to be able to have a adult conversation, I think is something that's missing in this whole podcast live streaming world. Everybody wanna air out a fight or some big debate or disagreement online, and then everybody watching, and then you watch the fitna, and then you like, okay, what was the result? Like, what was the conclusion? And we didn't get nowhere. I just seen a fight and it was entertaining, but now what? So I think we did something good. Then we did something good. Alhamdulillah.
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 All right, y'all. Inshallah ta'ala, we'll try back again next Saturday. If y'all got any topics or y'all got anything that y'all want to add to this particular conversation, let me know. If y'all want to present it, let me know. Y'all can come up here. Y'all know I'm into the discussions, and I think we need the perspectives. And at the end of the day, just know we got to be talking towards a resolution. not just trying to come on here and complain and air out and all that stuff. Lastly, obviously both of y'all single, right?
We are both single.
Okay, and looking.
Absolutely, I'm trying to complete my half of my dean.
Akila. You're not looking, but if the right one comes your way, alhamdulillah, right? So I mean, brothers, y'all done heard the ladies speak. There's really nothing to disagree about. I mean, this is the perspective of the ladies. I've been guilty of being one-sided, only speaking from the brother's perspective. That's why I came up with this concept of this type of podcast. And so, brothers, y'all hearing what's going on. Y'all know I'm a big proponent of marriage. I don't play no games. Ask the sister what's her dowry, what's her expected maintenance. Anybody that I was ever interested in, that's what I say. What's your dowry? What's your expected maintenance? Here's my situation. Here's what I got going on. And then we go forward. By the time you inbox somebody, you're already interested and got an idea of who that individual is in your head. You just need to confirm, is this person who I think who I'm interested in is are they really that person, or are they a better person than what I think? So brothers, don't play no games with that. The sister spoke on two big things. Women being independent, and being respectful, leading with the dean. Y'all are hearing it from the ladies themselves, and you can basically say every one woman is 10 women, because there's at least 10 women in every one woman's life, and what that one woman says is going to reflect her social circle. So brothers, take this free game and let's get married and build this community and be great. Inshallah.
Inshallah.
All right. I love y'all for the sake of Allah. Aqulu qala hadha wa astaghfirullah wa la ilaha illallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
All right. Talk to y'all in a little bit.